Now, Mark Fulbrook has accepted that he has been interviewed, but now says that he is a witness and he is confident that he's operated within the law. But Freddie Gray, I mean, how awkward is this going to be for Liz Truss as she heads over to meet Joe Biden?
It is awkward, particularly with the timing. I mean, well, obviously it's a good story for the Times. I don't want to downplay it. I mean, it doesn't actually. There's no sort of smoking gun there, is there? I mean, he's a witness in a story that connects him to something that is quite dodgy, potentially involving Linton Crosby. But there is no serious allegation of wrongdoing. Not at least as far as I can see. So
But it does look like he signed a deal with the FBI.
He signed a deal for the FBI, but that's as a witness, right? I mean, I think he's on fair ground when he says I'm just operating as a witness. I don't think. I mean, there's no accusation that he's done anything actually wrong.
It's not a good look, though, is it, Freddie? It's not a great look, particularly, in terms of we've just had an administration, Boris Johnson, which had quite a lot of, cronyism and sort of bad practice going on. It's not a clean start, is it?
No, I mean, it's not a great look, obviously. But I just don't think we can say that Fulbrook is a wrong 'un quite yet, because I don't think we've got the evidence to say so.
Okay. Sam Lister, I mean, how difficult is this story going to be for the new Prime Minister?
Well, I think, as Freddie said, the whole point of this is that Mark Fulbrook, the statement put out on his behalf makes it very clear that he is a witness in this. And that's the key thing here, isn't it? But the problem is that actually critics of Liz Truss and the government, they will just use this, and it doesn't really matter what the truth is or the actual facts of the matter. It just they can seize on it and make it sound like it's like he is a wrong 'un. As Freddie was saying, clearly there is no suggestion he is a wrong 'un, but it's that kind of sense around it, isn't it? That the critics can seize on this and use it to beat Liz Truss. All I would say is that actually, given that it is such an incredibly busy week this week, unless there is something else to this story, I think it will quickly die a death. There is so much going on that there will have to be much more to this for it to really take off, I think.
And Aubrey, is that your view? Do you think the story will die a death? And what are the implications about the fact that Liz Truss could not even refer this to an ethics advisor, because of course she doesn't have an ethics advisor? Does that help or hinder her?
I think it will certainly sort of send jitters through the Conservative MPs, particularly who supported Rishi Sunak in the leadership contest, who made restoring integrity a huge part of his kind of pledge, his pledge for office. And Mark Fulbrook has obviously, we're told in the Times, kind of come out this week and trying to sort of reference that and saying that he wanted to try and professionalise the Number 10 operation, starting, for example, by getting everybody to wear ties in the office again, the sort of end of the Dominic Cummings tracksuit era. But I think it will certainly worry those people that think that actually she's a bit too close to sort of Boris Johnson and what he represented. I think it will again ignite the concerns about her not appointing a replacement for Lord Guy as an ethics advisor. I'm not entirely sure that he would actually be brought in this instance, because I think he tends to deal more with sort of financial interests. And I think that plays a small part of this story, but it's not exactly clear how. But I think it sort of adds to this sort of general uneasiness about whether or not Number 10 is really being overhauled to the extent that it needs to, as professional as sort of Mark Fulbrook might want to try and make it. If you've got the man at the top being accused of these kind of things, then it starts sending concerns about the whole operation.
And